Welcome, dear friends, to a journey of hope, renewal, and divine promise. Today, we're diving into a heartfelt exploration of one of life's most comforting assurances. God will not leave you empty. He will replace everything you lost. In moments of despair, when all seems lost, it's this divine promise that whispers to us through the silence, carrying beams of light into the shadows of our lives. Let's embark on this journey together, uncovering the infinite ways in which God replenishes our spirit, restores our losses, and renews our hope. Loss is an inevitable part of the human experience. It shapes us, molds us, but it does not define us. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a cherished relationship, or the fading of a dream, these moments of loss carve deep into our souls, leaving us feeling empty and adrift. Yet, it's in these moments of deepest despair that God's presence becomes most tangible. Like a gentle shepherd, he guides us through the valleys of shadow, reminding us that even in loss, there is hope, there is growth, and there is a promise of renewal. The idea that God will replace everything we've lost may seem hard to grasp, especially when the wounds are fresh and the night seems endless. But this divine promise isn't about a literal exchange. Rather, it's about the transformation of our spirit and the replenishment of our soul. God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts not our thoughts. The replacements may come in forms we never expected, new relationships that enrich our lives, opportunities that broaden our horizons, and insights that deepen our understanding. Each step forward is a testament to God's unwavering support and love. Across the ages, countless individuals have witnessed the miraculous ways in which God has filled their emptiness with his abundance. From the stories of the Bible to the testimonies of people around us today, these narratives of hope and restoration remind us that we are never alone. Consider the story of Job, who, after enduring unimaginable losses, was blessed by God with far more than he had before. Or think of the countless individuals who, after hitting the lowest points in their lives, found new purposes and paths that led them to places of greater joy and fulfillment. Walking in faith is the key to witnessing God's promise unfold in our lives. It's about trusting in his timing, leaning not on our understanding, but on his eternal wisdom. Faith encourages us to look beyond the horizon, to see beyond the horizon, to see beyond the present pain, and to embrace the unknown with hope. It's in our unwavering belief that we find the strength to let go of what was, to cherish what is, and to welcome what will be with open hearts and minds. To truly embrace the promise of God's replenishment, we first must deepen our understanding of loss. Loss, in its many forms, challenges us, but it also opens our hearts to the depth of our own resilience and the strength of our faith. When we navigate through our losses, we're not merely surviving. We're learning to live more profoundly, more empathically. It's through our brokenness that God's light often finds its way in, teaching us lessons that only the heart can understand. God's replacements for our losses often come in ways that surprise us. It might not be a direct replacement for what was lost, but rather something that fills the void in a different, often more meaningful way. For instance, the loss of a relationship might lead to a deeper sense of self-love and independence, or the loss of a job might pave the way for a calling we had never imagined for ourselves. These replacements are God's way of showing us that there's always a plan, a purpose behind every loss we endure. Change is an inevitable part of life, and coping with it requires hope and faith. Embracing change means trusting in God's plan, believing that the end of one chapter signifies the beginning of another. It's about seeing change not as a loss, but as a transition into a new season of growth and blessings. With hope as our anchor, we can face the winds of change, knowing that God's love and promises remain steadfast. Faith plays a pivotal role in the healing process. It's the bridge between our present pain and our future joy, a reminder that our current circumstances are not our final destination. Faith assures us that with God, all things are possible. that the pain we feel today can be the foundation for the happiness we experience tomorrow. It's through faith that we find the courage to let go and trust in God's timing, embracing His plans for us with an open heart. In times of loss, our community becomes our haven. Sharing our stories of faith and restoration helps lighten our burdens and strengthens our resolve. It's in the compassionate ears of friends, family, and even strangers that we often hear God's voice, offering comfort and guidance. The community reminds us that we're not alone in our journey, that together we can support and uplift one another as we navigate through our seasons of change. God's timing is perfect even when it's hard for us to understand. His plans unfold not when we want them to, but when we need them most. This divine timing is a beautiful testament to God's knowledge of our hearts and our need. Learning to wait on God's timing teaches us patience, deepens our faith, and prepares us for the blessings and lessons He has in store. Cultivating gratitude during times of loss might seem counterintuitive, yet it's a powerful tool for transformation. By focusing on what we still have, rather than what we've lost, we open ourselves up to experiencing God's grace in new ways. Gratitude shifts our perspective, allowing us to see God's hand in everything and reminding us of the countless blessings that surround us, even in our darkest moments. The journey back to joy after a significant loss is both personal and unique. It requires us to lean not only on our faith, but also on the resilience God has planted within us. This journey might be gradual, filled with moments of reflection, acceptance, and renewal. But with each step, we're not just moving away from our pain. We're moving toward a new dawn of joy and fulfillment, hand in hand with God. Letting go is a crucial step in receiving God's replacements for our losses. It's about releasing our grip on the past, our plans and our expectations, and entrusting them all to God. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting our loss. It means opening our hearts to the new things God wants to do in our lives. It's in this space of surrender that we make room for God's blessings and begin to truly heal. Our life's journey is filled with twists and turns, highs and lows. Trusting in this journey means believing that every step, even the painful ones, is leading us to our divine destiny. It's understanding that God is with us in every moment, guiding, protecting, and loving us through every challenge. This trust transforms our journey from a path of uncertainty to a walk of faith filled with hope and anticipation for what's to come. Hope is not just a feeling, it's a force, a powerful catalyst for change. It's what keeps us moving forward when everything within us wants to give up. Hope, rooted in faith, transforms our perspective, enabling us to see beyond our current struggles to the endless possibilities that lie ahead with God. It's this hope that lights our way through the darkest valleys, leading us to places of restoration and peace. Receiving God's replacements for our losses is as much about readiness as it is about faith. It requires an open heart and a willingness to accept God's gifts, even when they come in unexpected forms. Learning to receive is about acknowledging our need for God and allowing Him to fill our lives with His goodness and grace. It's in this act of receiving that we truly begin to understand the depth of God's love for us. At the heart of God's promise to replace everything we've lost is His unending love for us. This love heals our wounds, fills our emptiness, and restores our souls. It's a love that knows no bounds, reaching us in our deepest despair and lifting us to new heights of joy. Experiencing this love is transformative, reminding us that with God, no loss is too great to overcome, no void too vast to fill. Moving forward after a significant loss requires courage. The courage to face our pain, to embrace the unknown, and to step into the new chapters God has written for us. This courage is not something we muster on our own. It's a gift from God rooted in the assurance of His presence and promises. With this courage, we can navigate the uncertain waters of change, confident in the knowledge that God is with us, leading us toward a future filled with hope and promise. Forgiveness is a crucial element in the process of healing and restoration. When we hold on to bitterness and resentment, it weighs us down, hindering our ability to receive God's blessings. By extending forgiveness to those who have caused us pain, we release ourselves from the chains of anger and hurt, allowing God's love to flow freely into our lives. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the actions of others, but it frees us from being bound to the past, opening the door to new beginnings and deeper levels of healing. Suffering has the remarkable ability to reveal to us the deeper meaning and purpose of our lives. While it's natural to question why we must endure pain and loss, it's often through these trials that we discover our true strength and resilience. By seeking meaning in our suffering, we can transform our pain into a source of growth and wisdom. God uses our suffering to shape us into vessels of compassion and empathy, empowering us to bring light and healing to others who are walking through similar struggles. Resilience is the fruit of a steadfast faith, a faith that remains unwavering even in the face of adversity. When we encounter setbacks and challenges, our faith serves as an anchor, keeping us grounded in God's promises. Cultivating resilience means trusting that God's plans for us are greater than any obstacle we may face. It's about rising above our circumstances with courage and determination, knowing that God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. Grief is a natural response to loss, and it's essential to honor this process as we journey toward healing. Grieving allows us to acknowledge the depth of our pain and to mourn what has been lost. It's a journey of coming to terms with our new reality and finding ways to integrate our loss into our lives. While grief may feel overwhelming at times, it's important to remember that we are not alone. God walks with us through our darkest moments, offering comfort and solace as we navigate the complexities of grief. Living in abundance doesn't mean that we will never experience loss or hardship. Instead, it's a mindset, an attitude of gratitude and trust in God's provision. Even in the midst of our losses, we can find abundance in the simple joys of life, the beauty of nature, the warmth of relationships, and the richness of spiritual growth. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we open ourselves up to experiencing God's abundance in every area of our lives. As we draw near to the end of our journey together, let us carry with us the profound truth that God will not leave us empty. He will replace everything we've lost. Through the depths of our pain and the heights of our joy, His love remains constant, His promises unwavering. Each loss we endure becomes a testament to His faithfulness, a testament to His infinite grace and mercy. In every trial, in every triumph, may we find the courage to trust in His plan, the strength to embrace His replacements, and the hope to walk forward with unwavering faith. For in Him we find the ultimate source of healing, restoration, and renewal. Before we part ways, I encourage you, dear friends, to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with those who may need to hear these words of hope and encouragement. Together, let us spread the message of God's unwavering love and promise, touching hearts and transforming lives, one soul at a time. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May God's blessings be upon you always.